Hey man, you need to hear this. If you're looking for fast, cheap, and reliable MUT coins, I highly recommend to check out my sponsor, DMC, Discount MUT Coins, and use code 187 for 10% off at checkout.
Let's find out right now. We kick it away, and Nick will start with it first. And he'll take it from his own 15. He'll give it back to Dante Hall, and he's gathered up at the 30-yard line. See the playbooks there. Raiders offense, Jets defense. No surprise from Nick.
Yeah, Raiders offense, the best offensive playbook in the game. Jets defense is up there as one of the best defensive playbooks in the game with that 1-4-6 and 3-4 bear.
And Lil Man will run the West Coast offense out there, and he too will use the Jets defense.
Yeah, we saw Lil Man run the West Coast offense last game, but he ran the ball majority of the time. That's how balanced this playbook is.
And here we go. Although he has Oakland, he quickly sets up his audibles, and here we go. Remember in the semifinal, he had a good pace. There wasn't a lot of flipping back and forth. He might do a little more here against Lil Man. As remember, he went up against Elijah, who kept running 2 high safeties against the run.
Yeah, and in that game, Elijah just could not get a stop on the run. Lil Man already showing that he could stop the run with a gain of 1 yard on the first play of the game.
Big Ben, the quarterback. Here for Nick is Beast, the man from Westminster, South Carolina.
And I like that Big Ben. Not many people use him. He gives you a little extra throw power compared to Phillip Rivers for some of those deeper passes.
Hands it off to Portis. Portis bounce back inside.
Not moving, bro.
We'll get to the 32. Here comes a 3rd and 8. Boy, that was scary. Kind of held the ball out to balance himself.
Yeah, and I expect Lil Man to send the heat this game. Last game, he did not send any linebackers or any type of pressure. He sat in a three pass rush look. I expect pass rush I expect the dogs to be sent all game long.
Picks it up. He's got Tyreek, and then he lobbed it.
Yes, sir.
A lob pass,
yes,
and
sir.
Troy Polamalu picks it up.
Yes, sir.
Not the pass he wanted to make.
I heard him say Brock Button. He did have that player, maybe, but Denzel Ward and Troy Polamalu, 2 great corners, 2 great secondary players right there. That pass was never going to be completed.
Where was he going then? If he wasn't going to the corner route.
The only other option on that play was a streak or fade or whatever it was to I think Dante Hall.
That must have been why he hit the lob.
Yeah.
He thought he was going up top. And easy pickings for Troy Polamalu. Former USC Trojan great.
And Lil Man starting the game off as he wanted to, and just like he started off the game last game with an interception, and now he's ready to score some points.
Short field at the 40 while he sets it up. Little Man has now won 47 MCS games, taking home $55,000. And here's his first offensive play of the game here in the final. 1st and 10. Eye form with Portis. He'll hand it off. Clinton to the edge. Gets past Dion. Cuts back inside. He's in the red zone at the 18.
Finish the job.
Yeah, and it's starting early. Something we saw a little bit last game. Clint Portis getting some rush yards, but it kind of died down in the second half of that ball game. Lil Man is looking really good right now.
The longtime Redskin takes us down to the 18-yard line, 3:16. Not even 2 minutes gone by, and Little Man's already in business. Watch for Tyreek. Hands it off, and Dion comes in on the hit.
Yeah, one of the only players able to tackle Tyreek Hill in this game, just due to his fast speed, is that Deion Sanders.
Tyreek Hill, of course, the hero, if you're just joining us, with a kick return, 92 yards in overtime to put him in the final. And it's been a long time since Nick the Beast has been on the sticks. After that easy semifinal 1 win, kind of had to wait around to play Lil Man.
Yeah, and plus that game being an OT game doesn't help him out at all.
3rd and 6. We'll mark it at the 14-yard line. Smith will come in motion.
Looks like he's going to be passing here. The two reads on this play is either that corner to Harrison as he audibles back to the run.
Brings Smith across again. Hands it off to Portis, and they don't even need Troy P. On the tackle, 4th and 5. There's that conservative play calling again.
Yeah, I want to see Lil Man pass the ball around a little bit. I know he could do it. He has that post specialist. Why not use it? You know, Tyreek Hill is the best wide receiver in the game. No one is going to be able to man him up, and those posts are going to be wide open with that post specialist.
Opening field goal after the interception, so he does get points. And now Nick will get it back. Gets it off to Dante. Across the 25, still on his feet. At the 28. 96 seconds to go in the first. He'll have the ball for the second time after throwing a NIT to Troy Polamalu.
Yeah, and after that, in the beginning of this club series, someone had pitched the ball back. I just don't like pitching that ball back. It's a little risky, and it makes your player a little tired.
Hill across the formation. And he'll reset it back up. Really taking his time. His big man hands it off to Portis. And he's met in the backfield by who else? Polamalu.
And Lil Man is showing that he has this I form on lock. So Nick is Beast is going to have to get in some different formations and show some variance if he wants to win this game.
2nd and 11. Gresham hands it off to Portis, right up the middle, cross midfield, makes a man miss to the outside. Can he outrun Warden?
Damn.
Answer's no, as Denzel trips him up at the 21, but not after the big gain.
Yeah, and the first time he gets out of that I form is a absolutely big play. That should have been a touchdown, but due to Denzel Ward's high speed, he made that tackle right there.
Huge gain for Nick is Beast.
Yeah, I'm calling a timeout right here. Number 42, DeMarco at running back. I'm not sure about this. Or pass the ball at least.
He'll hand it off to the fullback. And DeMarco will get a big gain.
Big boy got to eat too.
What do I know? What do I know?
I mentioned you can hear that accent. That's the accent Pop and I used to have when I was a youngster. Broadcasting school will take that out of you. But Westminster's only about 10 minutes from Clemson, South Carolina. And he's going to have 2nd and inches from the 11 as we head to the second quarter. 3-0 favor of Little Man, but right there, Nick is Beast knocking on the end zone.
Yeah, and he's completely bounced back from that kind of questionable read on that first drive. He's just been able to run the ball down Lil Man's throat this drive.
They'll hand it off. Portis. That should be enough for the first down. Might as well call it 1st and goal from the 10. He can get a first down, but they never do. It's like the unobtainable first down. And they'll give it to Portis, and he'll stretch it out. Not much there. 6 carries for 54 yards for Clinton.
Yeah, Lil Man is going to have to be on Polamalu the entirety of the game if he wants to stop this run, and make sure he does not over pursue on any angles, because if he does, Portis is going to be getting crib shots all game long.
Roethlisberger gets it to Portis. Lil Man with a nice play there to hold him at the 7. 3rd and goal.
I want to say we didn't see Nick is Beast pass all of first game. This may be a possible passing situation for Nick is Beast. He has R1, RB. Oh.
Goes to the air. Had a little wheel route to the outside, and he'll just take the sack. Champ Bailey getting a rare sack, and here comes a field goal to try to tie things up.
Standing up.
Going to be a 33-yarder.
One lucky run, you got standing up. Come on, man.
Up, and it's good. And we're tied at 3 apiece with 3:08 to go in the half.
Yeah, that wheel route was open for a slight moment. It looked like Lil Man blitzed his outside cornerback. That's something I really like seeing. Obviously, the pressure didn't get there, but he still got that cover sack.
And he'll run out of bounds at the 24-yard line. That's where the drive will begin for Lil Man. Finished 17th at the Madden 20 Classic there in Dallas. Looking to continue a run here in back-to-back majors if he can get a win here. Portis makes Troy Polamalu miss.
Come on, Dick, don't catch up to me.
Does he have enough to outrun McCourty? He does. Touchdown, Little Man.
Let's see if you can run.
And the difference between Nick's Beast run and Lil Man's run is that Lil Man had that full Denzel Ward right there, able to track him down, whereas Nick's Beast does not have that high-speed corner to track him down.
Kick it away.
Come on, Madden, give me one fumble. Give me one fumble, Madden.
Dante makes the first one miss, and he's met by Griffith. Look at this again. See ya.
Yeah, that's why you need that unfakeable chemistry so badly versus these jukeboxers. You can have the perfect user, but it won't matter. They'll just juke you right out of your socks, and next thing you know, it's a crib shot.
It's a lot of cap. First and 10. Coach, the cap getting raised when we get late in December. Be interesting how many new abilities get added to these lineups. First and 10. For you, is it a complete redo when the cap goes up, or is it just some tweaks here and there?
I would say some tweaks here and there. I'd like my team. I'm probably going to add some improvements, maybe take some players out, and I'm sure more than likely most people will be doing tweaks over a full redo.
First and 10. Hands it off to Portis. Of course, those that have nasty streak starting next week certainly will see a little bit difference in their teams.
As Lil Man says goodbye to the nasty streak.
Joe Thomas, we barely knew thee as we head to the 2-minute warning in a 10-3 ball game. And this has got big play written all over it in these last 2 minutes of the half. 2nd and 8. Nick trailing by a touchdown. Big Ben goes under center. Hot right. Master getting activated. Haven't seen a lot of Big Ben here in the tourney.
Yeah, this is one of the only times I've seen this Big Ben been used. It's pretty much been Phillip Rivers. But that Big Ben gives you that extra throw power over that Phillip Rivers.
He's got to get this play off. And into Portis.
You know how to play dive. Oh,
and look at him moving forward.
Come on.
Carrying Clowney to the 43. That makes it a 3rd and 3.
Man.
Yeah, and this is a must-convert scenario for Nick's Beast. Whether it's this 3rd down and 3 or this upcoming 4th down, he has to convert and move the chains.
If you look on Mudhead under Clinton Portis, fight for yards. Yes.
Check that.
Roethlisberger.
He has X.
And he'll just check it down for the 1st down.
It looked like he had X for a touchdown. Lil Man's user was there, but he had just ran right by his user. That's the 2nd time we've seen that. Pony saw that in the 1st game and took advantage of it.
1:21 to go. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Does have 2 timeouts remaining. He's starting to get into a groove here. Roethlisberger. And that's Dante Hall pulls it in. Just the 3rd throw of the game. But he hauls it in for the 2nd completion. Clock's on the move at the 38.
I will say Lil Man's defense has kind of looked a little sweet, I guess you could say. He's not screaming as he probably wants to. He's kind of playing a bend don't break type of defense right now.
Come on.
Almost threw a pick as Clowney was coming around to try to grab it.
Playing with fire, dog. Playing with fire.
2nd and 10. Here's Big Ben again getting under center. Remember, Lil Man's going to get the ball to start the 2nd half. So this is a huge 44 seconds. He'll go to the air again. Late blitz. He picks that up too and then just throws it away.
Come on.
And now he's D'ing up.
You can't pass. Come on.
Back-to-back incompletions brings up a 3rd and 10. Maybe on the edge of field goal range. It'd be a 55-yarder from there.
It's depending on if you bring a kicker to the house. I would say 2 to 3 yards would make sure this field goal goes in easily.
See if he tries to run it or if he goes to the air. And he will throw it. Roethlisberger.
Check and release.
Looking. And there's Grisham. And he does use the new ability to hit that LB button. He releases, and that puts him in field goal range. Here comes a 49-yarder. It's up, and it's good.
That check and release ability is an underrated ability that I haven't seen being used as much this year. I'm sure that's going to be changing in the upcoming months and tournaments.
Kick it away. Smith gets under it. And he'll run out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So low man with the ball, 25 seconds at the 25. 2 timeouts remaining.
And last game, Lil Man was kind of in a scenario like this versus Pony, and he had gotten 7 out of this. If you're Nick is Beast, you can't allow 3 points or any type of score right here.
Touchdown would be a backbreaker.
Ooh.
Quick throw to Marvin Harrison, the legend. And Dion takes him down to the 41, and he'll use a timeout. Marvin Harrison from Syracuse with a big grab.
I want to say if he had stuck in that pocket, Tyreek Hill was going to be open for a touchdown due to the fact that he does have that streak specialist, and it looked like 2 guys were manned up on him. Plus, he has 96 speed, so no one was going to be able to hang with him.
So that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 from the 41. Has some time, throws it across his body. Harrison picks it up.
That's right, baby.
And he's going to have to burn a timeout here. He's going to run this down, then call timeout, and try a 51-yarder.
That's right, baby. That's big.
It looks like
That's
Nick
big,
is
baby.
Beast had that usered and decided to click onto the free blitzer and try to make a tackle. He should have just kept his user right there and, you know, prevented any type of completion resulting in a field goal.
Little man swagging out a little bit. Got the Jordan 6s on, red controller. See if that helps on this field goal. It's beyond 50 yards. Up. And it's through.
Finish, dog.
You know me, I'm a sneakerhead. I like that.
Finish. Finish.
That's a win for Lil Man. Getting 3, getting the ball at half.
Finish,
This is his game to
come
lose.
That makes it a touchdown ball game here at the half. Little man hasn't stopped talking since he walked in the building, and we got him wired up.
Finish the job. Let me in. Yes, sir. One lucky one standing up. Bye. Bye. Come on, don't catch up to me. Don't catch up to me. Bye. Bye. Now you gotta run. Let's see if you can run. Let's see if you can run now.
You can get your hands on a T.Y. Hilton if you head out to Colts.com/Madden. Get that 83 Elite on your team if you need to power them up. A little training. And of course, our 2 competitors trying to take home that belt, $6,500, and more importantly, represent a great organization in the Indianapolis Colts in the round of 32 coming up December 17th through the 20th.
That belt looks nice. I will say that.
When you first saw it, you were like, oh, I like that.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for memorabilia like that. Any type of sports memorabilia, I could always respect that.
Of course, that's Pavin. Won this whole thing last year, 100 grand, trip to the Super Bowl. As we start, 2nd quarter. Scott Cole with you. Little man starts with it first, and he's got a touchdown lead after the long field goal before the half. First and 10 from the 25. Portis. Have you met Palomalu? Somebody could make a super cut of just Portis against Troy Polamalu in this tourney.
Yeah, it's got to be. They've matched up probably over 100 times, definitely.
There was a Nike commercial. I know Troy Polamalu was in it. I can't remember who was the running back. I think it was LT. LaDainian Tomlinson and Portis.
Already at 3rd and 6. I'm so curious to see if he gets in that bunch and starts dialing up some passes. I know he has the personnel: Tyreek Hill, Dante Hall, John Ross. He could come out there and start passing the ball.
He's got runners. Certainly take a lot of this clock with him here in the 3rd. He said he's been conservative. We've yet to see him sort of take the reins off this offense, and here comes the 3rd and 6. John Ross, the 3rd in motion.
Something I see right now is he's on that Shazier, and it doesn't matter. He just screamed. I was going to say that it looked like he could have been in coverage because those 3-4 odd blitzes are usually when you send all of them, and due to him being on Shazier, it could have been a coverage type of look, but he had sent the dogs and got it in.
Montez Sweat with a huge sack. Forces 4th and 15. He's got to punt it away, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered for Nick Speeds to come out with a 3-and-out.
Yeah, and he's gonna. This game is kind of resembling last game a little bit. Little man goes up 7 at half. You know, then the opponent comes back, gets a stop out of half, and now look for Nick Speeds to tie this game up.
Big Ben will move up under center. Portis in the backfield as Ross comes in motion. And he'll stretch it out. And whoa. Trying to see who that was that came darting through there.
I believe it was Star Ludalele. He's been shutting down that stretch on the left side all game, all tourney.
So a huge block shed leads to a loss of 4. That might be a guy people maybe need to add to their salary cap team.
Yeah, he is a goon, it seems like. Definitely might have to take a look at him.
Under 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd. You can hear the hot routes. Hands it off to Portis.
Come on, bro.
And everybody's in the backfield.
Come on.
I think Nick Speeds is going to have to start passing, something Pony started doing last game, and he had major success doing that because this run game has been bottled up all game.
Of course, Pony had Andrew Luck with Escape Artist. Certainly bought a lot of time.
That's a very good point.
3rd and 14. Ball at the 38. 7-point game. It's a deficit for Nick. And what a throw. Low pass to the 48. And we're going to have a 4th and short incoming.
Look for any type of corner, tight end corner routes, any type of checkdowns, drags, slants, any type of those type of routes to get this first down.
If he runs the ball, I'm going to throw up. Certainly trying to dial up through the air here on 4th down.
He has a.
And he just threw it right to Telvin Smith on the lurk. What a lurk by Little Man, and it's a turnover.
Yeah, and he had the other corner route very late. Little Man had a good bait right there. He went from left to right, and Nick Speeds didn't see it, and you know he got the ball back. Little Man has always been known for having a pretty great user.
Hands it off to Portis, and Dion will help out on the tackle. It's a loss of 2.
I will say if Lil Man could get 3, this game could be very well iced due to the fact that Lil Man has been playing really good defense this game.
This is just his 11th play on offense.
Look at Marvin out wide with no one guarding him, and it looks like he. Oh, I'm still throwing that.
Hands it off to Portis. Back-to-back losses. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 14. He's been very conservative today.
Yeah, he definitely has been. It just doesn't seem like he wants to play any of these 3-4 type of blitzes.
And he's going to throw it into coverage, as we say. He's been conservative. That was a bad read.
He hasn't been, you know, very patient in the pocket. He has to just sit there a little bit. He would have had that in route coming across the middle, but he was quick to throw that.
You like
deep.
this on 4th and 14?
I say punt the ball. He's been playing great defense. You know, who knows if you get a safety, a couple screams here and there. I don't really like this play call because he hasn't really been able to pass the ball as much these past 2 games.
Well, you wanted him to gamble. Here he is, 4th and 14. I take back every conservative remark I made. And he will throw it to B. Marvin Harrison will move the chains.
I don't care. I go for it. I go for that.
That was a great play right there. Stick, smart routed. It's a sharp corner that gets under a lot of deep blues and a corner that gets over a lot of cloud flat zones.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
What do you do when you have these guys that are in your ear all game?
You have to zone them out, but right now Nick Speeds, you know, he has to get a stop. But I don't know. He's in a bad spot right now. That's what I will say.
Put your fours up. Turn your sound up. We're going to have a lot of talking in this final 5 minutes. Remember, tomorrow, you get started at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Some good ball games coming your way.
And on that 4th down, I feel like Nick Beast should have sent some pressure. He had just a wide open pocket. He only had sent 3 and resulted in a dot.
Remember, we had a similar route in the Drini game, and he would click on and make that play on the guy underneath.
Yeah, that was incredible.
That's kind of next level.
Yeah, that was a great click on. When I seen that, I was just shocked.
2nd and 8. 4:22 to go here in the quarter. And Tyreek spin to the 32. 3 carries, 4 yards.
And this is where that play clock comes in handy if you're little man. He's just gonna run and run and run and run.
Remember, Nick the Beast had the errant throw, clicked the wrong button through the lob pass early, and he's been playing from behind ever since.
First down. First down.
And it will be a first down. Little man's got this call. We can get out of here.
Oh, yeah. Time to
We'll
get
watch
you,
it in the
boy.
car as little man
Time
takes
is
us home.
against you.
13-6. 3:25 to go.
He turned on that conservative. That just means that he won't be able to get any jukebox animations or any jukes in general, but he will be able to hold on to that ball and not fumble.
Hands it off to Portis. Fall forward to the 25.
You good.
And there's a timeout.
Baby.
3:01 to go.
Timeouts.
Little man was a runner-up last year with the Los Angeles Rams. Nick won the Jags Club Championship. Wanted to avoid Drini, and he ran into Little Man.
Yeah, and he's been playing very well this game, just running the ball, using that Clint Portis to the best of its ability, and just overall playing great clock management.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And there is Portis.
You not set.
Untouched
Let's go,
into the
man.
end zone, and Little
Let's
Man
go.
now up 2 scores.
Finish the job, baby.
2:52
Finish
to
the
go.
job, baby.
Extra point up, and it's good.
That's
10
defense.
plays, 55 yards, taking up 3:45.
Yeah, and
Walk in the end zone.
that's going to be the game. And Nick Beast has 1 timeout left. He does have that 2-minute warning. If he could somehow score within that 2-minute warning, before that 2-minute warning, he still has life. But
Look at this again. Troy Polamalu out of position. The cutback. Touchdown, Little Man.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Troy Polamalu
Oh,
just had
yeah.
no shot at getting
You
that
not set.
tackle.
He went full Kool-Aid Man on him. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
20-6.
Everything up front. Keep everything up front.
Everything
baby.
was easy
Keep
for Nick the
everything up
Beast
front.
at semifinal number 1. He's run into a buzzsaw here, and you saw Ward closing down before Dante got his mitts on it. First down.
And this is where Lil Man's great coverage corners are going to come in handy. He's going to have to pass this ball. Expect one of them to make a play very soon.
Roethlisberger trying to buy time. He could throw it to A here, and he does, and Hall won't hold on.
Drop.
Telvin Smith just forcing that ball out. This Telvin Smith is a goon if you guys haven't been able to tell.
And we talked about this earlier, about the speed receivers or the big guys. Sometimes need a big body to hold on. 2nd and 10. 10 seconds before the 2-minute warning. Need a score and an onside kick. Roethlisberger. He'll release the tight end. He just has to throw it away.
If you can't run,
Absolutely
you
boxed
can't
up.
hide.
Yeah, and even though Lil Man isn't really getting the best pass rush animations on these 3-man rushes,
Not a big
he has
boy,
everything
can't-
bottled up,
can't go
and he's
above.
completely fine with that clock ticking
So
down
you just
after
gonna run down my throat?
each play.
I mean, that's where that
Hell
Andrew Luck
no.
is far superior. You know, it just gives you one more guy to think about
Go pick, bro. Get this game over
with
with.
that escape artist.
Get this game over with.
And he's going to
this
go
game
up top.
over with.
Dante.
Let's just get this game
And
over with.
Dion will haul
Let's
it in
call
on
it
the
again.
tip drill.
Let's call it again,
And
baby.
Prime Time
See
will
ya.
swag it out. And everything is good in the world of Little Man.
Yeah, after surviving that first game, surviving Andrew Luck, got to play Hot Route Master, Big Ben, and everything's been going his way this game.
Hands it out to Portis. And you can feel the energy and the life out of the building for Nickus Beast. Look at this INT again.
Yeah, I just don't see anyone open on this play. You know, he has to just chuck it up and try to get a play with Dante Hall, but Dion and Troy Polamalu were having none of that.
We got GG's in the chat. We got GG's on the stage. Lil Man, he is going to represent the Indianapolis Colts in the round of 32.
Oh, it feels good.
And yeah, feels good. Get yourself a belt. Get an opportunity to keep moving on. Represent a great organization. And really, he looked good in the final.
Yeah, he definitely did. He didn't even have to really pass at all that game. And when he did, he converted on 75% of his throws. Clint Portis, the workhorse, led him to victory.
A great job defensively as well. You can see it's all smiles for Little Man. 20-6. And Evans hanging out with Little Man.
He says, say what you just said to me.
Back when I was a kid, I was holding belts like wrestling.
Yeah, so it
like
feels
WWF.
we're switching sports here. I mean, I love the memories that's bringing up. What does it feel to hold that in your hand, man?
Feels great. You know, I finally got my my club championship. Finally won a club. Feels good. They knocked that off my list. Now I want a real belt, but this is good. This is a start. But the main goal is to win a real the Madden championship belt.
And what does it mean to knock that off your list? Is it, like we talked about, you're almost in the game saying, hold on to this. Don't let it. This seems like you've got these goals that you're really, really after. And is it really important to finish this?
Yeah, you know, I've been chasing this Madden major for like 13 years. You know? When I started, I didn't expect to be going this far or playing this long. But every year, I feel like I'm one of the top players. I'm 30 years old now. These young kids, man, they're hard to beat, but you know, I think I can keep up with them, and it's paid off here, and hopefully I can keep going.
I mean, you're an emotional guy. This is an emotional moment. Where is the emotion coming from? Where does it come from in general, and what drives you?
Well, when I first started, it was my grandpa. You know, my grandpa took me everywhere. You know, when I first went to my first tournament, I got my butt kicked, but he said, you know, just keep going, man. We're gonna keep going to these tournaments. Fortunately, he died 2017. You know, I miss him dearly, and I'm just trying to keep going for him and try to get my first belt. You know, I'll be satisfied with one belt. If I had to leave and not play anymore, I'll be satisfied with one belt. So I'm trying. I feel like I'm chasing a ghost, but I'm gonna keep trying.
Do you think this is, you know, if things, let's hope things do go your way, but if they don't, are you coming back? Is this maybe the end of the little man journey, or you keep? Like
I said, if I don't have a belt, at least one, I'm gonna keep trying.
All right.
I'm gonna keep trying till I'm 50. I don't know. Yeah.
You're gonna be a grandpa at that point in time, right?
Yeah. But if I get one, then I think I would fall back, you know, because I felt like I've done everything on Madden.
Yeah.
I put a lot of time into it. You know, I play every day, all day, every day. You know, it gets a little tiring, you know, especially with these young kids, you know, Pavin and Trini, you know, they're all 19, but they have a lot of time to play. But trying to beat them is difficult, but I'm going to keep trying until I get one belt. If I get one, I think I'm going to fall back.
Well, it's definitely nice to see that emotion, that story come to life. Thank you for sharing that. And let's look even at the game and how you made this whole game come to life for you. There was a long run late in the second quarter. We have it on the screen here.
Yeah, that was a good run. One-on-one jukebox. Glad I juked out a secure tackler, so pretty nice. Now, I told him he had to run now, but he couldn't run the ball on me. I was good defense on him, better than Pony. Pony was a little difficult because he had a skateboardist, and I had to worry about that while all the routes that he put on the field. The second game, I felt really good going against Oakland. I go against Oakland and my crew every day and all day.
So you felt prepped?
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's ask. Do you feel prepped heading into the rest of this division? Because you've got Kurtobin, you've got Drini, you've got Mills, you've got guys who are good. They're veterans, and they know how to play Madden. How do you feel going into that now that that's your competition upcoming?
It's going to be a tough division. You know, two of them are runners.
The toughest division, you think?
One of them is a real runner. Two of them is a half runner, half passer. And Kurtobin, he did West Coast with his skateboards. So I feel good playing against them. Just depending on where the standings are, who I get to play against. It's going to be a tough matchup, though, you know. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to come back here next month.
Well, we're excited for you. Raise that belt up. Enjoy the moment. Congratulations on taking the Indianapolis Colts representation spot for the clubs here. And, of course, we're going to send it over to Scott for a few highlights of what you just witnessed, little man, taking that win.
Thanks so much, Evan. I know it's a